Tokugawa Iemitsu's ascent to the position of the third shogun was precisely the result of his unwavering reign of terror. After the death of his father, Hidetada, many powerful figures who supported Iemitsu were systematically marginalized or purged. In fact, a more astonishing truth lay hidden beneath this: a scheme to solidify the shogun's position. In this video, we will explain everything: why Iemitsu was so ruthless, what he truly feared, and how his closest advisors were treated. Now, let's delve into that truth. The main feature also provides a detailed explanation of Iemitsu's struggles as a lonely shogun. Tokugawa Iemitsu was born to the second shogun, Hidetada, and his official wife, Ao. However, his childhood was filled with loneliness. His father, Hidetada, doted on his younger brother Tadanaga, and his mother, Ao, was reportedly cold towards Iemitsu. Iemitsu was deeply hurt and felt alienated. This neglect greatly influenced Iemitsu's character formation later in life. He constantly felt his position was precarious. However, his grandfather, Tokugawa Iemitsu, was different. Iemitsu recognized Iemitsu's qualities, doted on him, and nominated him as the third shogun. Although the shogunate was secured with Iemitsu's backing, Iemitsu's heart was constantly swirling with distrust towards his brother Tadanaga and an obsession with power. Surrounding Iemitsu were elder retainers from his father Hidetada's era, such as Doi Toshikatsu and Sakai Tadao. While they supported Iemitsu, they were in a complex position where Hidetada's influence still lingered. Iemitsu did not completely trust them. Upon becoming shogun, Iemitsu first appointed a certain individual to establish his authority: his wet nurse, Lady Kasuga. Lady Kasuga seized power in the Uku, women's quarters, and maintained a resolute stance even towards Iemitsu's mother, Ao. She was a presence that filled Iemitsu's loneliness, and simultaneously played a crucial role in strengthening the shogun's power. So why did Iemitsu purge his brother? In 1632, upon the death of his father Hidetada, Iemitsu's reign of terror intensified. His first target was his younger brother, Tokugawa Tadanaga, Lord of Suruga. Tadanaga was Hidetada's favorite and was seen as a threat to Iemitsu's succession as shogun. For Iemitsu, Tadanaga was the greatest menace. Tadanaga's misconduct in Suruga became conspicuous, and he often adopted a defiant attitude towards Iemitsu. This provided Iemitsu with a pretext for his purge. Iemitsu ordered Tadanaga to be confined, eventually confiscated his domain, and commanded him to commit seppuku. Tadanaga met his end at just 28 years old. Iemitsu's ruthlessness in mercilessly eliminating a figure with the highest lineage, the shogun's own brother, sent shockwaves both within and outside the shogunate. This event served as a powerful example, demonstrating that Shogun Iemitsu's authority was absolute. Behind Tadanaga's execution lay not only Iemitsu's personal feelings, but also the intention to reform the power structure within the shogunate. Through this incident, Iemitsu must have realized that no one could defy the shogun. However, the reign of terror did not end with his brother's execution. Iemitsu's reign of terror then turned its focus towards controlling the daimyo. He strictly enforced the Byukushohado, laws for the military houses, and institutionalized the Sankin-Kotai, alternate attendance system. By imposing enormous economic burdens on the daimyo, he aimed to nip any potential rebellion in the bud and ensure their absolute loyalty to the shogunate. Daimyo families who violated these rules faced merciless confiscation or reduction of their domains. This severe stance instilled fear in all samurai. Furthermore, Iemitsu thoroughly suppressed Christianity. In 1637, the Shimabara Rebellion occurred, a situation that threatened to shake the shogunate's authority. Having thoroughly suppressed it, Iemitsu further intensified his vigilance against Christianity, eventually establishing the Sakoku, closed country, policy. While these policies might appear rational at first glance, behind them lay Iemitsu's strong will to diminish the power of the daimyo and common people, and to tolerate no defiance. All policies were aimed at establishing the shogun's absolute authority and the shogunate's control. So, Why did Iemitsu proceed with a cabinet reshuffle? Iemitsu's reign of terror extended even to the highest power brokers within the shogunate. The expulsion of elder retainers from his father Hidetada's era. Powerful figures like Doi Toshikatsu and Sakai Tadao held strong loyalty to Hidetada, making them entirely untrustworthy in Iemitsu's eyes. Iemitsu skillfully diminished their influence and appointed younger generation retainers closer to him, such as Hada Masamori and Matsudaira Nobutsuna. This was a reform aimed at building a direct shogunal power structure and making the shogunate's decision-making swift and efficient. Furthermore, he established the post of Taro, Great Elder, and strengthened the functions of the Hyojosho, Council of State, reorganizing the entire shogunate administration around the shogun. The thorough implementation of this reign of terror was not merely due to the shogun's personal feelings, but also a rational decision to make the shogunate as an organization absolute. Through these reforms, the Tokugawa shogunate built an impregnable system of control. The shogun's power became absolute. However, at a great cost, the freedom and lives of many people were taken. What did this autocratic system bring to the Tokugawa shogunate? Iemitsu's reign of terror laid the foundation for the Tokugawa shogunate's 260-year period of peace, known as the Pax Tokugawa. He successfully established a centralized national system and brought all daimyo across the country under complete control. His ruthless decisions also contributed, in part, to Japan's long-term stability and development. However, behind this lay the great sacrifice of his brother's execution and the deprivation of many people's freedom. Iemitsu's rule highlights the inseparable relationship between immense power and the ruthlessness that accompanies it. Why was Iemitsu so ruthless? At its root were the loneliness of his childhood and a strong sense of crisis regarding his position as shogun. What did Iemitsu truly fear? It was the loss of the shogun's authority, the instability of the shogunate, and the threat to his position posed by his brother. How were his closest advisors treated? Elder retainers from Hidetada's era were purged, and a younger generation loyal to Iemitsu was appointed, establishing an autocratic system. Tokugawa Iemitsu's reign of terror may indeed have been a powerful means of self-preservation, born from his lonely life.